I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Jelpy and Ghosty.
Vinny's
sick. Yep. We still made it to the gym though, and he kicked ass on the weightlifting. So, this is a Patreon Alliance pick from the Extreme Underground. Which one is the white shirt that we got? Is that $8.99?
Yeah, I think that was $8.99.
Okay, because I want to wear it the next time we do our $8.99. Okay, so anyway, this one, I'm going to let you say the name of it.
It looks like it's AMENRA plus près de toi, which translates to closer to you.
That sounds nice.
So
the genre is doom, sludge, metal, hardcore. This is a live video, so you should appreciate this very much, Vinny.
Yeah, we've got the English lyrics here because I'm pretty sure they're a French band.
Look, it says French right there.
Français. So, pretty sure they're a French band. So,
sounds kind of nice, closer to you. Jeez, babe. You gonna be able to pull it together?
That,
Go to
what do
bed.
you call it?
Cook you a nice vitamin-infused meal.
What do you call it?
Coming out of the gym with your head uncovered.
No, I had my head covered, actually.
Well, just today.
Yeah, no.
You're already sick.
I wasn't going to say...
What?
The Dayquil has worn off, I think. Okay.
Oh.
For timely topical political commentary and to be infuriated, you can check us out at Middle America with Vin and Sori. Mm-hmm. And let's go.
Okay. And go.
Is this live?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
This is one of those, like, lyrically... it's like, But then the performance is...
Yep.
This is going to be really corny, but the performance is sometimes the lyric in itself.
How is that corny?
This song is very interesting because it started off kind of sludgy, and I'm not really a fan of that genre. But the second half of the song, I thoroughly enjoyed, and then especially that guy could actually sing, and I didn't know
It like had an emotion to it.
I don't know if it's two vocalists or one vocalist, but it's one vocalist. But he had his back turned. Some of the angles were
Oh, I actually thought it was two vocalists.
Right?
I thought the guy with the long hair was doing the...
right. But it's the same guy. It's just they had just different angles.
Yep.
And then you're trying to look at lyrics and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But,
Wow. Just incredible piece of work.
Yeah, his vocal style. And the thing is, this is live. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's and I don't necessarily have a problem with, like, bands, you know, prettying up the vocals a little bit in the studio versus live. You always kind of expect that the live show you're gonna see serious degradation in quality, you know. So you always expect that. So you know that's okay, right? But like, I don't know. This is our introduction to this band, and vocally, this man I thought he was on point.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Right?
When the sludge started out at first, because they had this smoke going up behind the show, well, I mean, I know it's on the screen, but they also had the fog machine going, and then it turned into, I couldn't tell if it was water or if it was lava that was going in the background, but it made it so that way it was like some movement, because the sludge kind of makes you feel like you're kind of like trapped, but the movement in the background brought a different, I don't know, brought a different angle of the art to it. And then when he was doing his vocals, I could, like, at first I was like, oh, that's the typical, you know,
right.
But then as he went, like, you could feel, well, I could feel something in the music, and I was like, oh, okay, just in his vocals and the way that he was really, like, bringing those words out, even though I couldn't understand, you know, what he was saying. And lyrically, I didn't know where first of all, we have an English translation here, but you know it's not a perfect translation, because these people are gifted as hell.
Right.
But these translations kind of, you know, and you know it's better than what you're reading here.
Right.
And then to hear him just putting that out there, I was like, oh my word, this is so good. And then when it switched and that bright light came on, and then they went to the second, you know, chunk of the song where he was singing like that, like, I don't know. This was super, super unique. It was like, I don't know, it was like something, to me, something new was created with this song. This is something I have never seen, and I just thought, you know, because this was so dark and then this brightness comes, and then the way that he changed his vocals to accommodate that light, and I don't know, it was just really, really beautifully done. I really, really enjoyed this.
That's why I always say, like, live shows, man, that's like that is metal. That's where it really...
Yeah, I'm actually not really a fan of live shows, like watching them on the computer screen, because I feel like I just want to hear it in the best quality possible. Right. I don't want any sound that's lost, because we're reacting to it for the first time and possibly the only time we'll ever hear the song. And so I want to hear it at its best, not when it's, you know, in a crowd of people, when you're working with sound and you don't even know how good or bad it's going to be. They're just doing their best. So, but this was something else. And this is new. This is a new feeling for me. When I was watching this, and at the very, very beginning, when you saw the dark screen right before everything started, and then the band, all of a sudden you see the band, I all of a sudden got excited for this upcoming summer going to shows.
Oh, yeah.
Which I have never had that, because I didn't have, like, a summer experience of shows before. This is like my first summer of shows.
Yeah.
So...
Well, we've got a show that it's Kill Switch and August Burns Red.
Oh, really?
It's coming
When?
to Portland, so I think we're going to score an interview with them. So But,
oh yeah.
But
When's that show?
It's after January.
Oh my gosh, I would love to. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no. Now it brings up the whole experience that you had over the summer, right?
Yeah,
And
it does.
It's a very.
And I'm like, oh, this is what people mean.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
So I was just looking it up. So Gojira is also they're from France. That's where they originated from. They're French.
Okay.
So this is a band obviously from France too. So I don't know, man. Like
the French know what they're doing. I guess.
Maybe yeah. It's weird, but maybe we need to listen to a couple more French metal bands, but. They seem to be revolutionary because, like you said, like this is like a different type of thing, and obviously Gojira is a different type of thing. And so, there's 217 translations of these things.
I know.
Like 5 idioms, explained 4 idioms. This is really cool. I like this. I wish I would
contribution.
I would. Well, if there was something that like explained the idioms, that would be great.
Yeah.
So, follow me to hell, I am your light. Follow me now more than yesterday, I am your last prayer. I come from solitary places, I'm still searching for you. I search for you everywhere, yours truly, and in my heart I will carry solitude. And on my way back, I never thought that silently I had lost you in the desperation. Farther away, happiness of no use to the end. Tomorrow, beautiful as anything, get up, be recognized. Each day I follow you more closely. So, it looks like a relationship song, wouldn't you know it? What did you think it was?
I couldn't say what it was actually. What it was for me was a prayer.
Really?
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Why?
Well, because you're always it's a relationship.
Yeah, that's true. And this one flipped.
It says, he literally says, I'm your last prayer, so that's there.
Well, for me, the beginning part was just, following, it was like that, the darkness, because I went through such a dark season, and I feel like I'm just peeking my way out of it now, and, also I had a dream last night. It had to do with corn, but I'll tell you it after when we shut it off.
Okay.
I mean, I can say it now, clip it out if it's too weird.
Is the dream pertinent to the thingy?
The song? No, I was just saying, like, now I feel like I'm kind of coming out and my spiritual direction is kind of becoming more bright instead of so dark, as it were. So that's kind of why it seemed more like a song. And just when I was saying the brightness, I was saying, I had a dream about corn in it. So I was going to tell you the dream, but I don't know. Maybe I'll tell it on the next corn review. Anyway,
okay.
So can you pull those lyrics up?
Yeah.
So the beginning part for me was, follow me to hell, I am your light, follow me now more than yesterday, I am your last prayer. It seemed to me like that, kind of like what the devil would like whisper. And, he's saying he's a light. And it kind of feels like that, like when you're like really, really depressed and everything just feels so troubled and troublesome. And then like, you kind of feel like the dark feels like light to you because you can't handle being in the light. It's too exhausting. And so then you kind of just surround yourself in darkness and dark thoughts and like dark thoughts or maybe suicidal thoughts or destructive thoughts become a place of solace for you. And it kind of makes you feel okay in a sense. I don't know how else to explain it besides that. But then he says, I come from solitary places, and that just made me think of, which is like kind of lonely and desolate places is what I was thinking, which there's a Bible verse where God basically says to Satan, like, well, where were you? And he's like, from going to and fro throughout the earth. And so kind of made me think of that. Then it switched, and it was no longer the devil, and to me it was like, it was a combination of God speaking to me and me speaking to God. I'm still searching for you. I search for you everywhere. Yours truly, in my heart I will carry solitude. And on my way back, I never thought that silently I had lost you. And in the desperation. So in that part, it was like, so like God was saying like, he never stopped searching for me even when I've gone through like a very dark phase. And then in my heart, I never stopped searching for him even though I've been far from him. And then, I'm sure that this is not what the band was intending of the song, but it was what it meant to me. And then farther away, happy. When it said the solitude part, I will carry solitude. That solitude wasn't the same solitude as what like the devil was bringing to the solitude. There was like that darkness, that, you know, embracing of isolation, bad isolation. And then this was like solitude, the solitude that you get when it's just like, you could be in a crowded room, but you're having like a conversation with God, or you can be, you know, like just different things, like where it's just, there's this, the quiet or the peace that comes, you know. I just, this is so terrible, but I was driving today, and there's this, couple years ago, this kid very close to where we live got hit by a car when he was getting off the bus, and I'll never forget his little shoe. It was in the road, and when I always see the pole where they hang the stuff for him, and there was a Christmas wreath there when I drove by, and I felt so sad for the family. And I'm like, and it was a fresh Christmas wreath, so I'm like, you know, they're still holding on to, you know, like the last spot where he was by, you know, putting that on the pole there, and it was just so heartbreaking. And I thought to myself, like, there's nothing I can do for these people to fix their sad. And I was so sad about that, and I just started to pray, because I was like, there's nothing I can do. I thought, what if I put a little letter on the staplet on the thing that just says, I'm praying for you? Because there's literally nothing. It's completely out of my hands. Like, we were able to, you know, with Lo, we were able to help get her stuff for her baby in the registry, and we were able to help, and we were able to tell people, hey, if you want to help participate in this baby shower, you can do that, you know. She's a new mom. Or, you know, the other girl that we were able to buy them Christmas gifts, like, there was an issue and we could do something. But like this family, like this, Jaden is gone. He's not coming back to them, and there's nothing that I can do to change that. And it doesn't matter how much I want to change it for them, I can't. And so it was just difficult as I was driving like that. But then like, there was something in my heart that just kind of rose up from my spirit that was like, the only thing that you can have in troubled times is peace. That's what you can have. Like, peace can come to you, and I know that peace can only come from God. And so I just prayed, like, God, like, this Christmas season, give them some sort of peace. You know, and I know that, you know, like, we don't believe that, like, when everybody dies, there's nothing after that. Like, you know, there's a very good chance that they're going to see him again, but sometimes that's not of no comfort to be here and to have those thoughts, because we still have to experience time before we see that person again. And so it was just sad. And so, but this was like, so there was like, all that was kind of mixed into the song. And then he says, farther away, happiness of no use to the end, tomorrow beautiful as anything. But that to me was just like, there's happiness that's going to come in the future, because God says he's going to wipe away every tear from our eyes. But then at the same time, sometimes that can kind of feel like of no use, because it's like so far away. But then I just felt like that little bit was like a bit of hope. Tomorrow, beautiful as anything, get up, be recognized. Each day I follow you more closely. Which it was just, you know, at the end of all things, recognizing that, like, you guys know my story. I grew up in a Christian family, very, very strict, and like that was like my life. And then this channel has been such a journey for me, because doing this channel has been like really, really bad. Like, the church would say it's really bad. Like, if, you know, like, this is horrible that you're listening to this type of music and whatever. But it was actually a place where I could, I don't know, just kind of hide out for a time and just kind of feel safe. Just listen to the music and feel the music and hear from other people that were hurting, or people that felt deeply and expressed it through music. And it's really just been such an amazing journey. And this song to me just kind of like encapsulated all of those thoughts and feelings. And then when it says, get up, be recognized, each day I follow you more closely, it was like God was saying, like, get up, be recognized, which be recognized in there meant like, recognize who you are, all of us, who we are, that we're made in the image of God and that we're precious to God. And then each day I follow you more closely was just my heart's response to God, you know, just to say, you know, like, I've tried all these different things to try to feel like good and at peace, you know, but it's been a long journey, and nothing has given me peace like God. And And that's just it. Before, I used to feel like I was sounded like a used car salesman, you know, like, oh, that person needs God or whatever. But now I know it more than anything. Like, there's nothing that I could give those people or anybody else that's troubled, or even myself when I'm troubled, besides God, that will bring me any lasting peace. So this is a very emotional song for me. So shout out to the band and the Extreme Underground for picking this one. So, your turn.
That was very well said. I feel like anything I would add would trivialize it. So there you go. What do you give the song?
I mean, it's a 11 for me.
It's a 9.8 for me. Don't strike me. Then out.
Sorry, out.
Go. I love you. Well, that was a good job. You did good.